Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to go over Gemini Sun with Scorpio Moon. So these guys are temporary enemies. This makes up for the 6th and 8th disposition. Gemini becomes endowed with the 8th disposition, which makes them very quarrelsome. It makes them very cunning, very clever when dealing with enemies. They can deal with them in secretive ways due to their Scorpio Moon. This also gives them the ability to perceive people in a way in which that our logical sense cannot. The Scorpio Moon gives them a very uncanny ability to see people for who they naturally are. So if somebody has bad intentions but it's cloaking it with like being very nice and has great rhetoric, even their deeds are very good, they still might not like them. So these natives are very, very intuitive. What makes them dangerous is the fact that they have the Gemini sort of verboseness, in the sense that they can manipulate people around them as well. And because they can understand people on a very emotional level, that goes without saying, they're able to take control of people in a way in which a lot of other combinations cannot. But like I said, these guys are temporary enemies. What the setbacks are is very, very interesting, because Gemini is such an ambitious sign. Scorpio likes accumulating power secretly and sort of through like unseen methods, if that makes sense. So what happens is Gemini's ambitiousness actually collides with the Scorpio's need for secrecy and need for caution. So they end up sort of turning against each other. And that's when you'll see somebody that becomes indecisive in certain moments, where they want to take a risk, but then their moon sign will make them not take that risk. And what's going to decide whether or not that's actually going to be good is based on where their Mars position is, and also the Mercury. So if Gemini is your sun sign, and then your Mercury is in an optimal sign, meaning like its own home, or it's in a sign that it's actually naturally compatible with, that's going to be great. If it's not, then maybe your ambition is a little bit delusional. The same will go for Scorpio. If Scorpio's intuition is going to be precise, it needs to be aligned. It depends where Mars is aligned to. So if Mars is with a good energy like Capricorn, or even just with Scorpio itself is still not bad, then that's great. But if it's not, like I said, you're going to have a lot of stickiness. If the moon sign's with Scorpio, Mars is most likely not going to also conjunct. What we're looking at is it's going to probably be in a spot like maybe Aries, which would be great, or like I said before, Capricorn, which would be the most optimistic, best version for it. With that being said, these people are very sensual as well. They do have a lot of sexual partners. This makes for it's the most stereotypical dark triad personality, but whether or not these dark triad traits are going to manifest in a positive way is depending on the planetary placements. Aside from that, that should conclude the video, guys. Like, subscribe,